How are you today?
Yo. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure nothing was going to happen bad and ruin our lives because we got a new setup. So I want, we're a work in progress.
Yes.
And I want this to be, nothing bad can happen today.
I'll get this microphone in my face because we're actually using it today.
We always use it, but it's like a process.
Yes.
We are a work in progress.
We are. We're working on things, and we hope that if not this episode, some episode soon, we will be on all the major streaming websites like Spotify and iTunes. So thank you for sticking with us just on YouTube for our first few episodes. But we will be growing and becoming a real deal Holyfield podcast
Whoa.
shortly.
Holyfield. That's a thing? What's that mean?
Evander Holyfield was a boxer who beat Mike Tyson in the 90s. It's a real deal Holyfield.
Before I was born.
I don't know what that was.
You'll have to get back to me.
Yeah. You were born in 92?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that early. But
Oh, okay. But I was not old enough to know about these things yet.
For sure not. You know about Mike Tyson, though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please.
You know how he bit the guy's ear?
Yeah, I did know.
The guy whose ear he bit was Evander Holyfield. And he was mad because Evander Holyfield was a better boxer than him.
So.
I mean, that's oversimplifying the story. So
when I think that I'm a beast in anything that I do, like my recent cookie bar,
Yeah.
I'll say that I was the real deal Holyfield. Hey. All right, let's get into this.
We're getting into it. So, you folks may not know, but when we are filming this, we always have Wegmans brand fizzy water. It's kind of like something we are addicted to. And this week, I think it was this week. Maybe it was last week.
What?
Doesn't really matter. Wegmans released 3 new flavors of fizzy waters, and we were super excited about it.
Yeah, I don't remember when it was, but I remember that at my job they had Wegmans magazine because people from Wegmans come in to the station, and they brought the magazine with the cool summer featured foods, and on the back I went through the whole thing. I'm like, ooh, turkey burgers, roasted corn on the cob, all the stuff you won't eat, but I'll have to make separately for myself. It's cool. Anyways, on the very back, I flipped it over, and I'm like, whoo, 3 beautiful new fizzy waters in our lives, which, you know what, to get off topic very fast, which not super off topic, one of my friends at work, her name's Regina, she drinks the plain fizzy. She drinks Wegmans brand plain. And I always tell her, this is where we break off.
Yeah. And I love fizzy water. The thing about it is
You got me into it.
Yeah, I'm a kind of a reformed fat kid. Not super reformed because then I would be a skinny person, which I'm very far from a skinny person. But I used to chug soda 2 liters in a day.
Yeah.
Not even thinking about it.
You still do that if we have them in the house.
Sometimes, yeah. I can't control myself. I really do like, for some reason, soda a lot. And so, especially when I eat meals and stuff, I like to have that carbonation.
Yeah, that's like me with beer. I always have a beer.
So it took me a while because sometimes when you have the seltzer waters, especially the berry flavors and stuff, it can be very medicinal, taste.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. The reason we are so excited about these ones, though, is the flavors. So there's lemon lime, which we were expecting maybe to be like a Sprite.
Right.
Which would be cool. And then there's a ginger flavor, which we're expecting to be like ginger ale.
Whoa!
So they're kind of like soda, right?
Legit soda!
Yeah. And then the third one is kind of really interesting. Mango lime.
So it's like a mango Sprite?
Yeah.
Right? Or no?
Yeah, it's mango and lime.
Okay. Okay.
Which is kind of they have a bunch of flavors with lime. One of my favorite is mint with lime.
I hate that.
That's my favorite.
Who wants to drink toothpaste and the other one you love is coconut?
Lime.
Who wants to drink tanning lotion. And I remember the other day, you were like, this is, like, you could tell that I was, like, ready for bed. And you were like, I know that you don't want to drink this tanning lotion, but you seem like you need something to drink. And I'm like, I don't want to drink that tanning lotion, but I will. Because I was, like, parched.
Yeah.
Desperate.
So here at Keeping It Interesting, we like to keep you up to date with all the coolest food and beer and apparently fizzy water. So
yeah,
we thought we would display this before we crack them open. Which one do you want?
It doesn't matter. Can I be honest?
Yeah.
We did try the mango lime at Wegmans this weekend
Yes.
when they had sample day, so we know we love it.
Sample day is our jam.
Oh, I was so excited when we got in the car yesterday. I was like, okay, we're going grocery shopping, whatever. And I'm like, it's sample day. Like,
we literally got there and she was like trying to get me to focus on actually buying groceries like an adult person. Like,
and you're like, wait, we're missing all the samples.
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know we were coming in
I
here.
like steered you towards all the samples
I'm
before
like,
we really got into it.
We didn't get any groceries yet, and we're like in the back of the store. Yeah. You're just trying to hit all. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. We have to get groceries as well as eat. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you're like, we just buy groceries and you want to buy food out.
Yeah, well, again, I mean, that goes back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier.
You being
I am a fat kid at heart. You can't help it.
So give me, I think, like, the soda-ist one, like,
you don't like
Sprite. Yeah, that's cool.
I did open the ginger one last night, too, and you had a sip of that. So you've had a couple of them.
I haven't had the Sprite, then.
You haven't
I'm
had
stoked.
This one,
No. Anyways, so we got to talk our weekend. Basically, we started off Friday after work, ready to party. We did have a business meeting about this, and then we partied. So we put in some work.
We are trying to take this a little bit seriously, guys. So.
A little bit. 7-Up or Sprite? Which one's better?
It's delicious. Of the three...
No, 7-Up or Sprite. There's a difference.
Oh, 7-Up or Sprite? I feel like they both have changed their, like, flavors since we were little.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's probably just not as fun because now we know we really can't have it.
Yeah.
That didn't impress me that much. I smelled Sprite, but it doesn't...
I liked it a lot when I had it.
It's kind of plain. I really love the mango, and I do like the ginger.
You want to switch?
Oh, you're such a gentleman. No, I'm good. I'm gonna stick with it. I chose it. Okay, so Friday night, my very first time at Maxwell's downtown, and we went to see one of my very favorite bands. One
of Syracuse's best, I would say.
Funk bands.
Funk jam bands.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we're blessed to have a really good jam.
I know, like, don't make me choose.
Reggae type scene. But Count Blastula is who we went and saw. And they play covers from Prince to Fish to...
Oh, geez.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff that were really cool. And we were jamming.
They have originals.
They do have a lot of originals, including the new CD, Jive Honey, which you should check out. Really cool.
I think that we first saw them together when we first started dating. And then I think it was at Al's or Funk? Yeah, and I just...
Al's pretty regularly.
So it was also my first time at Maxwell's, and we were like, okay, let's grab some snacks. I mean, we didn't eat yet. So we got these killer Boom Boom Shrimp.
Boom Boom!
Yes, the sauce was what's up.
It was.
We got, of course, chicken fingers and fries for this nut. Because he's 5 years old.
We're debating whether or not to get chicken fingers or just the fries and the shrimp, because we're thinking about also going to get dessert somewhere. But
going hard on a Friday.
I'm lucky that we didn't, because we didn't end up getting dessert.
Yeah. So, the chicken fingers were super good. They were like lightly breaded, but the breading was this, I don't know, it was out of this world. So everything was real good. The shrimp, I was like about to eat every... Like, I could get, like, 3 more orders, basically.
Yeah. I like when the chef brings you the food, too.
Oh, my God, he was
like
so
a nice touch.
nice.
Yeah, and they're friendly, and they're like, you feel that they're sincere about them wanting to like your food.
You
so.
know that I'm very picky about service,
Yeah.
being a server
It was
on the
cool.
weekends,
Yeah.
and he was very good. And I asked him for like napkins and plates, and he brought it right out, and the food was awesome.
There's a second place that's happened to recently, and it made me notice. It also happened at Press Room Pub. The chef brought out the.
I forgot about that. Yeah, and it made me feel like, okay, he brought it out because he made it with love, and he's like proud of it and excited to meet us because we're his patrons or whatever.
But.
So Count Blastula was sick.
Yep.
And we had like an early night because we were trying to be up at a decent time.
To see our buddy,
Oh, I forgot.
Bill.
Just like cutting Bill right out of our lives.
My buddy Bill, one of my best friends, works at the door at Al, so if you're ever down there, you give Bill a smile and a handshake, and
He would love that. Bill is like the friendliest dude in the entire world.
Bill's definitely something. Bill's my friend who I like to tease a lot, sometimes too much, but he is honestly one of my favorite people because he has the best attitude in life.
He does him.
Yeah, he just does it.
He
just
literally,
does it.
if you go up to him and say, "Do you?" like he's doing it.
Yeah, he got a harness for his dog when he rides his motorcycle.
Say the dog's name.
Lib, which is spelled L-L-I-B, which if you're following closely, you'll know that is his name spelled backwards.
Bill's dog's name is Lib.
Yeah.
His name spelled backwards.
Which I would say that's a little vain, but I have my own name tattooed on my wrist, so.
Oh my god. Gag me. Because the video of him posting him and Lib riding dirty down the road on the
That was
motorcycle.
hilarious.
I'm not laughing because I think it's like stupid. I'm laughing because it's like he has a straight face on. Like he thinks that it's actually cool.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah.
Alright, so we went to Al's. I forgot. I'm sorry, Bill. And then we like called it a day because we wanted to get up.
You're just skating past our Al's experience.
I didn't know if you were going to put that out there.
Somebody got hit on like 3 or 4 times.
Can we say it?
What? That you matched with Bill on Bumble? I don't care.
Yeah, that I matched
think
with
it's
Bill
hilarious.
on Bumble. Okay, because like we have not yet talked about how we met, and we've been together long enough to be like, we're not just that person that hung out once on the app and like whatever.
Yeah.
We're here chilling still.
Yeah, we are both survivors of the online dating experience.
But before
But the thing about it is, I think that if any girl is on online dating in Syracuse for long enough, they're going to run into Bill.
it doesn't take long.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long to run into Bill. Moral of the story is, before I think I ended up swiping right for Lee. So, anyways, I saw Bill. I don't even know what. I just was like, okay. And then can I say what he messaged me?
Yeah.
He said, do you want to get tacos and touch each other's butts?
I believe so.
And I think I
Which
unmatched
is so
him.
funny to me when you told me that, because I remember that was like his go-to line for a while.
Which, yeah, a lot of people have those lines that they use to talk to everybody to start a conversation, but I was
For
just
sure.
like, that's your go-to line?
Dude, it's so hard, and the onus is on the guy to like start the conversation. I mean, I don't want to do like a deep dive in online dating because we're probably going to talk about
No,
that
we
again
are
some-
going to talk about it at some point.
Yeah, at some point soon.
So Bill and I matched, and I was not having the touch butts and eat tacos.
Well, that just seems like a messy situation. You shouldn't be eating tacos and touching
Super
butts.
unsanitary.
Yeah.
Like, if the cook comes out, he's like, I got your tacos, you want to touch butts? Like, no. Enough. So,
So that's Bill Drew.
off that, at L's, there was a super wasted girl that was basically sleeping. She got escorted out. So
Yes.
while Bill was handling his business, because that's what he does,
Yes.
some guy with 2 missing, I think he might have had like 2 teeth.
He didn't have very many teeth.
He had like 2, but definitely the front were gone. And he kept saying some weird mumbling, like, I think he was rapping.
I thought he was rapping too for a while. He said something about you looking like Betty Boop. And then he kept saying, like, I couldn't really understand what the first part of the sentence was, but he said it several times. And the second half of the sentence was, but you're 9 foot tall in your heart. So you're saying something about how, like, you're short and you're cute, but, like, you're fierce. You felt your fierceness.
And I, of course, was being my well-mannered self. Yeah. Even though I felt extremely uncomfortable. You were right next to me, thankfully. And I'm just like, oh, yeah. I feel that. I get it. Appreciate it.
My favorite.
I felt love from the no teeth.
He began to walk away, and then I just made a face at her like, wow.
We gotta go.
But then he felt it, I feel like, and he turned around, and he gave me a, I don't mean to disrespect you. I don't want to disrespect you. But I'm going to hit on your girlfriend right in front of you. Which I think is a classy move.
So I got this one shirt that says Polaroid across it, and it's pink and white and has the Polaroid logo or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I wore that on Friday with a flannel tied around my waist and ripped jeans and Converse. I looked like Jesse from Saved by the Bell, straight out. So on the way out of Al's, another guy comes up to me, thankfully I think young enough to have hit on me, and I think he had teeth. He said that, hey, pulled me aside. Because you were, like, behind me, way behind me at that point. You weren't caught up to me yet.
You leave your girlfriend alone for 2 seconds downtown. Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girl comes up and he's like, hey, just want to let you know that you definitely have the coolest outfit in here tonight.
I mean, I don't disagree with that.
He probably said that to someone the next night and the night before that. Tonight, though, girl, it's your outfit that's winning. And I'm like... We gotta go.
You won that Grammy that night.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I can't keep showing my face around these drunk people. Like, Saturday morning, we went to Wildflowers, first year anniversary.
Which was cool. They had a bunch of new stuff, which we hadn't seen. Me and my band played there a month ago.
Yeah, it was St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Can you just tell people what Wildflowers is? I'm sure a lot of people know what it is, but just for some who don't.
So it's like, I don't know if they would label themselves as a cooperative, but it's a bunch of like artisans who share this space downtown. And so it has a bunch of Syracuse artisans and artists who have prints there. If you are looking to decorate your home, just don't go to like the big box store. Try to go to Wildflower Armories and support your local artists because they have really, really cool stuff. Reasonable prices. Nothing is like super expensive.
It's not just decorations though. You've got me a hat. Like there's hats and clothes and candles and soaps.
Yes.
Yesterday I'd never seen this before. They had deodorants and I thought that was super cool. Like different
bath bombs.
Yeah. So jewelry. The list goes on. It's just a bunch of cool standout stuff that all is made locally.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't know if he is like has an official title there, but he seems to be running it. Michael John Haggerty is the man.
My boy.
Always throwing really cool events there. When we went, there was a food truck. They had free coffee. There was a bunch of like cool stuff.
The food truck was $2 tacos from Papagayo, and the free iced lattes were from Peaks Coffee Company, which they distribute a lot now to different
So shout out to
places.
them. The girl who makes your clothes, I believe her name's Cara Devo. I'm butchering her name. It's a bunch of
one that
vowels in a row. So
the one that has the Cinema North.
Yes. So I bought a hat like this, a winter hat from Matt with the Cinnamon North picture. She also made that leopard hat that you made.
The one that I have?
Yeah. Yeah. And then you were looking at a really cool Air Force jacket that she had.
We just couldn't find the price.
Yeah. So she has really cool stuff.
All the clothes are so cool.
Yeah.
Because it's all like pictures from around here, whether the places are here or not anymore. It's like straight nostalgia out of cues.
I ended up going to Stout Beard Brewing Company, which is right off Westcott Street on Dell Street. And they have really cool beers. They have really cool beers, including the newest release, which is why I went there, Late Earth's Heat Advisory, which is a jalapeno beer. And if you've never had a jalapeno beer, it's an interesting experience because you get the taste of the jalapeno and you expect it to be hot in your mouth, but it's not really, not necessarily. Some are hotter than others, but this one, it was cool. I really got the peppery, like almost like a green pepper taste at the beginning. And it wasn't until much later, probably about halfway through the beer, that I got like a heat in my throat, but never really in my mouth.
So that kind of reminds me of that habanero mango one that we had in Cortland, because I was nervous that I wasn't going to like that because I don't do spicy at all.
Yeah.
But this one was really good, and they have really interesting beers. I can't wait to bring you so we can talk more about this. But they had a blue beer, which had like vanilla and a bunch of like really sweet flavors.
I would love that.
They have a dill pickle beer, which surprisingly did not taste like pickles, but apparently it's the spices.
You had that?
I had a sip of it. Yeah, Matt got it.
I was gonna
didn't.
say I'm shocked that you got
I
that.
didn't-
And then you had another thing that you did last night while I was at work. You were living it up this weekend.
Yeah, so a while ago we bought tickets to Brand New Sin before it sold out, and so me and my sisters and my best friend Matt and my brother-in-law and my cousin went, and we hung out at the reunion at the Lost Horizon. They sold out, super crowded, but super like chill. Nobody really was causing drama that I saw. I think one guy got kicked out, whatever.
It's bound to happen.
'Cause I was young when Brand New Sin came out. I was like 11, 12, 13, around that time. And my sister used to sneak me into the Lost Horizon. And some of the first local shows that I went to were at Tundra, which was the Lost Horizon at that time.
I was gonna say I'm not old enough to know what that is.
They had like glittery silver walls. But yeah, we went to a bunch of shows there, and Brand New Sin and Joe Altier, you know, they were cool. They were very cool to a younger Lee. And it was cool to be there, you know, at the height of their thing. I remember watching them on MTV2's, I think it was called Monster Ball, and like Joe was there, and like it was just a really cool experience. So he's always been like, you know, I don't want to get too mushy, but maybe like a local icon
Hero?
to me. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm wondering if you maybe want to open a beer. I know that we had a big thing about just trying to drink fizzy waters today, but maybe like we'll still be alcoholics too.
Yes. We definitely need our alcohol.
Get that fix.
Here we have the Pinner Throwback IPA from Oscar Blues Brewery. Let's look at our fact sheet here. We have Oscar Blues Brewery is in Longmont, Colorado. This beer is 4.9 ABV, alcohol by volume, edgy yet easygoing and highly drinkable IPA. Uses an array of hops to target its ever-evolving flavor. Tropical fruits, citrus juices, pineapple, berry, and spice, up front in the aroma and flavor, are balanced by biscuit and toasted bread at the back for a great finish. In a world...
Are you kidding? What?
I just spilled some on me.
Are you kidding? You're gonna act like that didn't happen?
You love the radio voice.
It's radio, it's pet parent support, it's, I don't know, just like, what? You don't talk like that, and it's so funny. I can't believe you just did that whole thing in the narrator voice. I don't know why you're not a narrator as your real life job.
In a world where I'm a narrator.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Ooh, it smells really good.
You know, I've always made fun of the people who smell beer, but like,
I smell every one of them.
yeah, we've been doing that, and I really do ascertain like some things that I wouldn't have if I didn't smell it.
I really do feel strongly about starting a word of the day. I do really already do that in my life. I'm old enough to have heard the word ascertain, but like, what like soak it in? Like you smell, like you sniff in,
like you're acquiring knowledge.
You're definitely using that in the correct way.
Yeah, for sure.
Like this past week at work, I learned the word dexterity, meaning that like you're good with or skilled with something. Because like I had to use my hand like quick to do something at work, and they were like, oh, and I taught my boss straight fire and AF, but I'm not going to say what AF means over this. So I found this thing that was about what habits of people upsets you the most. And since we're together, I mean, it doesn't even have to pertain to the fact that we're together.
Yeah.
It's basically what drives you nuts about people. And I have like 5 or 6 things that you can decide if you think they're about you or not. But I'm just going to put them out there.
We bust each other's balls a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of...
We're a-holes, and it's, like, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're the same person, but, like, we love making fun of other people. But I don't take it personally if people are making fun of me.
So, I do want to give you props on the fact that you never leave the toilet seat up.
Whoop, whoop.
Boom. But you do leave the cupboards and drawers open. Literally in our room and our kitchen.
Yes.
And it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And it's every day.
You know what? I'm improving. It might already be on the list and I don't want to spoil it, but I feel like I've been doing better with the toilet paper sitch.
That's on the list!
See, I'm self-aware. I know my mistakes.
Okay, so you put the new roll out there, but never on the thing. Which, I'm not... I bet people that I know are listening to this and being like, this bitch used to work at this last job, and she was queen of setting the toilet paper roll on the holder. All you have to do is unsqueeze the thing and put it back on. Instead, I just set it there. At least I gave you a new TP, you know? Yeah, no, there was a lot of times where we would keep the TP out in the hallway, and I would have to yell for you because, yeah. So, yeah, you have been better about that. That's on there. Being on your phone.
Yeah.
You're, like, glued to your phone, but it's not like I care about that in the sense that, like, you're just scrolling through, like, chilling on your phone. It's usually at times when we're already in a combo and you pick it up and damn well you can't do 2 things at once.
That's true, but I also feel like you and my mother both will, like, try to start a conversation while I'm already on my phone just
Don't
so you
bring
can
Karen
be on
into this.
Karen's a
She's
saint.
not here to defend herself.
Karen's a saint.
It's probably a good thing because she would freak out on your ass.
She'll punch me. She's gonna listen to this. And she's gonna fight me. My mom can still beat me up.
Oh,
At
for
60
sure.
years old, still afraid of Karen.
I'm scared of Karen and she's not my mom. I'm scared of my own mom too. Holy crap. These women in our lives are fierce. So the other thing that I want to bring up, and this might be vulgar to some people, but I think that I need to be my true self.
I'm scared.
No, you know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is.
So when we first started dating, Zanetta, I believe you asked me, right? You're like, do you like fart jokes?
Yeah, or like, would it make you uncomfortable if I farted near you or something like that? Because I don't see the big deal. When you're comfortable with somebody, you should be able to do things like that.
Yeah.
And if you don't ever get to do that, I've met people like that. They're like, no, I would never. And I'm like, then how have you been married for 40 years?
That's fine. That's fine.
Is that going to gross you out and you think I'm not ladylike?
So you asked
because
me
I'm not.
Sure. And you asked me the question, and what happened? I got weird about it, I feel like.
But when you and I first started dating, we were already, like, out of relationships that were horrible. So you went in as, I need to be upfront about everything, and so did I.
Yes.
So if that meant that I had to talk about bringing up farts with you, then that's what it meant.
Which is totally fine, but
What did I say?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yes, you do remember. Don't say that you don't remember.
I don't remember. What did you say?
I'm not a farter. Is what
Oh!
I said. Are you kidding me?
I forgot. I didn't know it was about you. I'm sorry. Yeah, king of that over here says he's not a farter, and I kind of believed it, and I got nervous, like, he wouldn't accept me, and then as the relationship went on, I realized he actually is, he has issues. So, and then his friends can also adhere to that, I don't know why he ever said that to me. So, the last thing that is big to me, whether it's you or anyone else in my life, do not pass gas around my food while I'm eating.
Okay, so this, I would never fart around your food. Very rarely do I do. Sometimes.
Who wants to eat fart?
Nobody.
That's my point.
You are super picky about it, and I have gone so far as to leave the room.
You're not the first person that has had to do that
when
in my
I passed
life.
gas, so.
Friends, family members, coworkers, they know. So do you have any habits that upset you?
Just people generally being inconsiderate. We're both getting customer service jobs, and we've talked about this a little bit before. I'm just spitballing off the top of my head. So maybe this relates to this, maybe not. But people who, like, respond to rhetorical questions, like, with smart-ass jokes that you've, like, heard a million times.
I knew it! I knew
I can
it!
help you with.
I'm sorry, because some of my customers are on my Facebook and stuff, so, like, they've been watching this, but these are not those people that I'm so close with, that I'm friends with, so I'm obviously not making fun of them because I love them to death. The people that I randomly see that I've never waited on before, can I get you anything else? $1 million! Ah!
My job requires me to ask you that question.
So I'm just like, I wouldn't be here.
I want to punch you in the face.
Dessert or coffee so I can rack up your check? I don't get it. Like, you're the one out here buying food, so clearly you have enough to be here.
And there's a bunch of those. Do you have the winning lotto numbers?
No! Stupid.
Also, like, people spelling things that you shouldn't be spelling. Like, don't spell Michael to me. I know how to spell Michael.
My grandma's name, I think we mentioned that on the first episode, that I'm the fifth Zanetta. My grandma is amazing at articulating, super good, because her name is Zanetta Vigers. And so when you call people up, and that's another thing, I had a friend, R.I.P., love her forever, that would catch me doing this to all my tables, and they would be like, and what's your name? And I'd be like, it's Zanetta with a Z, because people don't hear me, and they're like, Anetta, Anita, Vanetta with a V. It's like, no, it's Zanetta with a Z.
Dude, I have to spell my name. My name is Lee.
Nah.
Pretty simple Lee, but I get Wayne. What'd you say, Wayne?
What?
Your name's Wayne? Your name's Ray? It's usually old people.
So real quick though, my grandma will be like, Z as in zebra, Enetta, V as in victory, Igars. And this is like her legit voice on the phone, because like she takes pride in being very articulate, and she kills it.
She's a classy woman.
Yeah, no, she is.
She does Tellock.
That's what I'm saying. She was a broadcast on WCNY. Yeah. So
there you go.
Talent. So there's nothing that you called out from that was about me. I mean, I'm not any of those things.
I mean, you're pretty perfect though, right?
So I actually prepared ones to crap on you, and now I feel guilty. It wasn't like I was intentionally crapping on you. It was just things that you do that I was like,
I'm trying to think.
It's not like so annoying where like, you know, I can't deal with it. It's just like
the
funny
cups
things.
in your car are definitely a thing.
Yep. And
I wouldn't say it annoys me, because it's more like, what are you doing?
Why is your car a disaster, per usual?
But you have like, first of all, you have 8 cup holders in your car, which...
That's just inviting me to shove a bunch of cups in there.
And they're always full.
Oh, yeah.
Props to Toyota for putting so many.
Yeah, actually, I think there's 10. I think there's one if you pull this back seat down, too. That middle thing. Maybe I made that up.
Is
Some
there
cars
one in the
have
back
that.
door or no?
There's one on each back door, one on each front door.
So
There's
that's
2 in the
4,
front, so that's 6. You
The
pull
one
that one
pulls
out
from
behind
center
the
console,
yep.
so
And
that's
I think
8.
if I took my seat cover off, that one comes down. You know what I'm talking about from the seat? I
Yeah.
think there's 10 cup holders. I might be lying about that part. That one might not be true, but there's at least 8.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for you to say that also I have 1,000 empty water bottles in my car too.
Yeah. Which we also do that in our bedroom.
I don't know why you're telling anyone that.
Pretty unannoying.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I like you.
If you think of something, can you like get on Facebook Live and tell everybody? Because like I don't want to come off as perfect because I'm not.
No, I mean, you're not perfect. Yeah.
Anyways, all those things that I named about you, I still like you.
Thank you. Well, we'll
Okay.
talk about this beer. And we were lucky. I don't know if they do it all the time, but we went to our local bottle shop, Now and Later, on Tip Hill. And by the register, they had like a little clearance section of beers that were near or slightly past their best buy date. And they were all $1. So both of the beers that we were going to feature, including this beer, were $1. We got a deal on them, and we got like 6 or 7 beers for $1. Which
Dollar Tree beers are what's up, basically.
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna get a steal $1 beer? Oh wait, this says canned on in 2018. I'm like, oh my god, this is really old.
beer doesn't really. I mean, it goes
No,
bad.
it tastes good.
It goes bad if you don't take care of it. Like, it needs to be refrigerated, I would think. I don't really know like the perfect conditions for it, obviously, but
The Know Nothing beer review. We don't know nothing about nothing. We just drink beer. So I am going to rate this as I'd say a 6.5 because we
Yeah.
did say half's our thing. It's nothing stands out about it that I'm like, oh my god, blown away, gotta get this again. But again, with the hoppy awesomeness that I love, and it smelled like happy and awesome. But 6.5 to a 7. It's like fine.
Yeah.
I do taste the pineapple in it, by the way,
yeah,
because it reminds me of Middle Ages pineapple or whatever.
a little bit. Yeah,
It's a cute little can.
Yeah.
So what do you rate it? Out of
like
10?
you're saying, you gave it a 6.5. I'll give it a 7. You've never watched any of the seasons leading up to this, so this is your first ever Game of Thrones experience.
Yeah, and I'm eating it all up, legit.
Yeah.
The watch parties are getting real, and I love it. And I'm like excited every week. And I forget about it all week because I'm not like a huge fan like you guys yet. And then when it comes to being Sunday, I'm like, yes, damn it, GOT. And I call it GOT like I'm like legit at this point.
Got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up having to get HBO. So we've been able to
Watch other stuff on HBO.
first thing I think we would dove into was Pitch Perfect 3 because I did
Pitch
not
Perfect
ever
3.
end up going to see that at the theaters.
Which was entertaining.
Oh
I mean,
my god, I love Pitch Perfect.
it is what it is. It's a third movie. It's
You know what you're getting into.
It's silly.
Yeah.
They're singing.
I was geeking.
Everything that we love about Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, no, you know what's up. And then we found a TV show, Insecure.
Yes.
Can you give the rundown for that? Because I don't know. So it's similar to Broad City. That's what you compared it to when we first started watching it. And I'm like, well, if it's like Broad City, I'm down. Like,
yeah. It's 2 girls who live in LA, and they're just funny, and they're just real. They date online. They have, like, jobs that they're frustrated with. And it's just a super real show. It's cool because they seem like people I would be friends with.
Yeah, no, it's stuff that would actually happen to us, people our age, struggling to just like make our jobs work, make a living, as in like trying to afford an apartment, dating, all that stuff, and then like keeping your girlfriends close to, well, you know, and your bros, whatever. So,
and they have a good. What I really appreciate about that show is that a lot of like TV shows these days will make a political point and just beat you over the head with a club over it. This does a really good job of making it into jokes and getting the point across you know what you're
And
watching.
then being done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you want to do your thing, and do you want me to do my thing?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
You didn't answer the question I asked. Oh, you know, a thing that is a pet peeve of mine.
What?
You never answer a direct question. You're always like, hey, I don't know. What do you think? Which I appreciate that you like my opinion.
Yeah, I do.
Sometimes I just want to be like, ah.
Decide, B.
Yeah.
Because that's like part of when other dudes in the world can relate to where do you want to go get food, and it's like, I don't know, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not like that, but I do, like, even when we're decorating, I'm like, where do you think this should go? Because I want you to have a cool opinion, and you're like, you're the decorator in the family.
Okay.
Sorry. But
You're
I'm
fine.
glad you threw that out there.
Yes.
Please confront me.
So I'll do my thing first. I'll make the decision.
Take your time, do you?
So we have the record of the week, which we are going to start doing. So if you're into like the softer side of rock and local music, like folky singer-songwriter bands, Highland Funeral is great. And they were giving away tickets for the Felice Brothers because they were opening up for the Felice Brothers. So we were lucky enough to win the tickets from them, and we went. It's probably my third time seeing the Felice Brothers, but it was your first, right?
Mm-hmm. And I loved it.
It was really cool. And the second act that performed was a guy named Jonathan Rice.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an interesting cat. I looked up his Wikipedia page when we were waiting for him to come on. He actually played Roy Orbison in the movie Walk the Line, which is kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So we got.
And we're just hanging with him like no big deal.
Yeah, we met him after the show. I bought his single. The A side is called "The Long Game," which is the last song he played. I really enjoyed it. We had a little cheek to cheek dancing moment.
No.
Yeah.
It got real.
And then the B side is "Meet the Mother," and so I bought the 45. I got to meet him and shake his hand afterwards.
Most of it was slower, and my preference is upbeat, fast, fun stuff that I can dance to. Obviously, I like to chill out with some slow stuff. I'm just not trying to be sad to stuff. So if I can't get, into my jam, that's why I'm a jam band queen.
Being a singer and a songwriter, I really appreciate the vocals, and he had really good lyrics.
And he seems super nice.
Yeah.
For real. He was class act on stage and just a cool guy.
If your songwriting can make me laugh, that is a high compliment.
Yeah.
You're actually funny and witty and interesting.
No, it was.
He
It's just
yeah.
not me.
No, it's totally not your
That's
thing.
all.
Yeah. The thing that sold me on buying the record, besides the fact that I was meeting the artist and I could have him sign it,
You're a little fangirl.
This was pressed at Third Man Records in Detroit, which is, if you know me at all, you know I'm a big fan of Jack White and Third Man Records. I collect them. Started their own pressing plant a few years ago in Detroit. It's the first American record plant that's been built in the U.S. In 30 years or something. If you want to check it out, if you're interested at all in this, and I won't talk too much about it because nobody cares, but watch the video with Adam Savage from Mythbusters. He goes through Third Man Records in Detroit. My friend Anthony just showed me the video the other day, and it's super interesting. He goes through the whole process. But basically they have a recording studio all the way to actually making the records and the sleeves and everything. So it's a one-stop shop, and that's the only place they have that in America.
You need to model your shirt.
Yeah, so I did also, shout out again to Brand New Sin. I bought this Brand New Sin tequila shirt at the show. I gotta confess, it was the cheap shirt on the rack, so maybe.
No, it's cool.
But it was also my favorite shirt. I liked it a lot.
It looks cool on you.
And it's long sleeve. If I was a real Brand New Sin fan, I would cut off the sleeves. But
You want to be a rock star.
yeah.
Hashtag Nickelback.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so basically, you're good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically I want to talk about, real quick, because I got this in the mail, and it was the best day ever. I think you like brought the garbage out for garbage night and it was late and I've been waiting for this package for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And you're like, you got mail. And I'm like, oh my God, another wedding invitation. Like, I'm like, I just like get the normal mail, bills, whatever. And you're like, no, package. I'm like, I've only been expecting one package and I'm like so excited. So it was Overcast clothing. They're based out of Cuse and everything they make is all like organic. Second, it's all different designs. Insane designs. Like, all I can compare it to is like a kaleidoscope, like an adult coloring book. Just stuff that you will never find anywhere else. I feel like I know I'm right. The first time that I saw them was 2014. My cousin Tiff and I went to the Funky Flea, and it was at is it Everson or Everson?
Everson.
Everson, that's what I thought.
That was a cool event.
It was, and it was the last year they had it, and the only time I ever got to go.
I think it only happened twice.
Legit, the best vendors. Like, you go to so many vendor events all year long, and it's like, there's always going to be 5 or so that stand out, and you're like, yes, I'm glad it came. Obviously, you're going to buy a few things and get weak. But this Funky Flea was something else.
It was awesome.
So the very first time I saw Overcast was there. So then for a while I saw them at the Casanova Craft Fair. I went to Westcott this year and it was on my birthday weekend. And I was like, hey, I'm so excited to be back and see you guys. I've been wearing your stuff since 2014. I like pulled up my Instagram of like all these events where I represent their stuff. So they're like, you've been dedicated. Seriously. Like, I think they were floored that I was like, dead ass, I will buy all of your shirts right now. So they're like, we're going to send you some. And I'm like, are you messing with me? Like, is this a joke? So they legit were like, pick something out. We'll send it to you.
And they're awesome. I mean, we have been to a few different, like, craft type fairs and stuff, and you always look for them.
Oh, next year, I mean, birthday presents, we're looking into more shirts. But I have so many up in my room, I literally should have brought them all down to model, but these are the new ones that I just got, and it was, like, amazing. So, I got a couple different designs. I got a V-neck. I don't know if this is, like, showing up here, but it's like a kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
Like, crazy. So, I'm so stoked to wear it. The other thing is that, I mean, not everyone knows this about me, but, well, they're 100% cotton, so that's great. I wear my clothes, like, a little bit bigger so that I just, like, feel comfy. I don't want that stuff skin tight. So when people are like, this girl's so small, like, what's going on? No. I mean, I just wear my stuff loose.
You are tiny.
So then there's this one.
Yes, very cool, like, uses of color and
You're
and
never going to see this
stuff.
anywhere.
They're really cool.
I'm about to wear these to work this week and represent it. One last one. Now this is like summertime. Summertime.
So she did get the bigger sizes. I was teasing her that I want to steal one, but I don't think she's going to let
That's
me.
not happening because you will stain them. And I don't need that kind of stress after I was so stoked that I finally got these.
That's probably true, but well, we're going to be coming to your booth soon, so
We're coming for you.
Lee Nappy Naps is going to...
Stock up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you got to get some.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they gave me like a bunch of these cute little business cards, and obviously I'm going to promote as soon as anyone asks me, like, hey, where's your shirt from?
Yeah.
I got mad business cards, like, hit me up.
Yeah.
So it's overcastclothing.com, and they're also on Instagram and stuff like that, too, so
Yes.
check them out. I think we hit everything.
Yeah, I mean, we have some big plans for you guys, and we hope that this video is a little bit better than the last one, and with every video, we hope that we are setting a new bar and a new high score in keeping it interesting. So, thank you for joining us.
Lee and Z are always trying to be better people.
Better people and better podcast hosts.
And making the world a better place.
And keeping it interesting above all else, because that's what life is about.
That's the goal.
Wow.
So, it's been real.
It's been fun.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're out. We'll be
We
back
are.
next week. Peace.
Peace.